If you want to create cool animations and take your edits to the next level in CapCut, then you need to master keyframing. Think of keyframing as the backbone of video editing. They are actually the single feature that can make or break your animations. In this video, I'm actually breaking down everything you need to know. We'll cover the basic, that is what is a keyframe and how you can place your first keyframe. Then next, we are going to look at some practical ways of using keyframing. Now, keyframing simply means an instruction that tells CapCut of a change in parameter of an object at a particular time. When it comes to the parameters you can change are the scale, the position, rotate. In short, anything that has this section where if you hover over it, you see add keyframe, you can animate it. So even the colors, everything you can animate it. So for you to better understand this, let's just go straight to practicals. Now I have a car here and I just have a background that I have added for you to better understand this. Now, let me say I want this car to move from this left section to the right. Now, I have to click on the car, then I make sure that my playhead is exactly where I want the animations to start. Then I'll move now to the right section. Since I want it to move from left to right, what parameter am I going to affect here? You guessed it correctly, is the position. So I'm going to add in a keyframe. You hover over it, it's going to say add keyframe. Then you make sure that a keyframe also has been added on the timeline. And now if I move my playhead to where I want the animation to end, then now I'm going to move the car from the left section to where I want it to end also. And notice that once I release my mouse, a keyframe will automatically be added, as you have seen. And also on the timeline, you will notice that the keyframe has been added. And now when you play this, it's going to be something like this. You see, now you have just animated that the car moving from the left section to the right section. Now, a very important tip you should know is that if you want the animation to be fast, you just bring the keyframes closer together. And now you notice that if you play it, the animation is fast. You see, if you want it to be slow, you take it apart, further apart like that, and you play it, you notice that the animation is slow. Now, that was simple, right? Let's take it to the next level. Let's do something a little bit complicated. Let me just undo what we have just done. Now, let's say I want to move the car, but on moving the car, I want it to increase in size. It stays increased, then it moves to a particular position before it starts reducing in size. Now, here's what we have to do to achieve that, only using keyframing. So keyframing is very powerful. You click on the car, you come to your timeline where you want it to start. Now, instead of affecting only the position parameter, we're going to affect the position parameter and the scale. Scale is going to affect the size and position is going to affect the distance. You get it? Then now you are going to move your playhead few frames in front. Then you are going to move the car. And notice when I move the car, a keyframe is going to be added on position. You see, I'm going to move the car. A keyframe has been added automatically on position, but a keyframe has not been added on scale because I have not yet affected the size. Hope you are following. So now I'll just come and then I'll increase it a little like that. You notice now that a keyframe has been added on the scale because I've affected the size. And if you play it, you have something like this. The car just increases in size while moving. Now, from this position, I want that the car should stay like this to a particular position before it starts reducing in sizes again. To do that, I'll move my playhead to the desired distance. I want the car to stay like this. Then I'm going to come to the last keyframe. Then I will copy it, Ctrl C, and then I will paste it, Ctrl V. Now, what we have just done here is that we have told CapCut, since we are giving it instruction to affect the parameters using keyframing, we have just told CapCut that from this position to this next position, everything should stay like that. I hope you are getting the point now. If you play it, you are going to have something like this. The car will increase in size, then it will stop. It will stay like that till the next keyframe. And if you continue playing, the car will just stay like that. Why? Because we have not given it any instruction again using keyframe. So now let me say I want it now to reduce back in size. In this next position, I want it to reduce back in size. So now to do that, you are going to move few frames in front. You click your car, then you are going to move it. Then while moving, you reduce it also in size. And once you do that, you're going to have something like this. From the start, it's going to increase. It stays like that. Then it reduce. You see, I hope you're following. Then now if I want it to finish the rest of the section by just staying like that, all I have to do is I just move my playhead, and then I'll just move it now like that. Then if you play it now from the beginning, it's going to be like that. It increases, it stays like that, it decreases, and then it moves out of the frame. So now let's look at another practical case of using keyframe. When you know all these basics, then to actually use keyframe, it can be very easy to you. So here's a video. I want to zoom in and zoom out. So I'm going to click on my video. I add a keyframe. Because I want to zoom in, I'm going to add a keyframe but on scale, because I'm affecting only the size. When you add a keyframe, you always make sure that a keyframe also has been added on a timeline. Then I'm going to move few frames forward to the desired duration I want. Then I'm going to scale. And when you do that, make sure that a keyframe also has been added. Then you're going to have something like this. You see, it zooms in. You can use that for your animation. Like I said, if you want it to be faster, you bring the keyframe closer and it's going to be fast. Now, if you hover over a particular keyframe and then you right click, you're going to get now all these other options. Linear is going to be straight, ease in, ease out, ease in. Then you're also going to have this show all presets, where you have this, all these other presets that you can just select and it's going to be added. I don't want this video now to be very complicated. That's why I will not talk about that for now. We are going to talk more about this in the next video. So subscribe if you don't want to miss that video. The first thing you have to know is first just know how to add keyframe and understand it. Once you understand it, the basic, then you can now start going into these complicated things. Now, another third practical way of using it, there are many ways you can use it. I just want to show you the different ways you can use it, so you start understanding the possibilities of using keyframing. Let me say this video is playing and I want that the color should change as the video is playing. Here's what you have to do. Please, so far if the video is helpful, just like the video and share it with somebody that it might help. Now, to do that, we're not going to affect all those parameters here. You come to adjust, you come to the adjust tab, you scroll down until where you see saturation. Here's what we are going to be affecting. Let me see from there, I want there should be no color again. We are going to add in a keyframe. Your playhead, you move your playhead to where you want the effect to end. You bring the saturation all the way down like that. When you play it, you have something like this. It's going to start playing. Then when you reach to this keyframe, it's going to gradually, the color is just going to gradually fade out like that. Notice when I'm playing it, look at this saturation bar here. As the video is playing, look at this saturation bar. Then if you want it now to come back to its normal color, I'll just copy the last keyframe, Ctrl C, then I paste it, Ctrl V to where I want it to actually start. I move my playhead forward. Then I just bring back the saturation. Then you have something like this. You can use that cool effect to add more life to your animations, you see. So after you have mastered this keyframing very well, if you want to take it to the next level, you need to know about these keyframe graphs. So check out this next video to understand more about keyframe graphs. And make sure you like and subscribe for more CapCut tutorials. See you in the next one.